Hello, this is John Kelly of 6x6 Design Website Services, and I have a series of video tutorials here to show you how to use and administer to your website. You do have the ability to log into this to be able to add your content, add pictures, change your content, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to show you that in a series of short tutorials, and keep in mind this is for an absolute beginner, someone who knows nothing about this, has no experience with websites. It's okay. You don't need to know code. You don't need anything like that. If you know how to use email, you should be able to tackle this pretty easily. So anyway, again, your website is made as a content management system. It is actually on a blogging platform called WordPress, which is a content management system, and we specifically chose that because of its search engine optimization purposes. And we chose a common template that works very well for your marketing efforts, and as you see, your website will look very similar to this. As we scroll down the page here, you can see the whole middle is empty, and we happen to use Mr. Bilger's website here for our demos today. Now, as we scroll down the page here on the right hand side and the left hand side, I want you to notice that all the information that's on both the left and the right hand side, all that information, including the top, is stuff that I will need to adjust for you. So the only thing that you're going to be able to control is content that's in the middle on the page. So let's get started with that. So to log in, we first want to get into the back end of your website, or the back of the store, or the admin panel, whatever you want to call it. We need to get there first. So to do that, scroll down to the bottom right of your website and click on Login. As you can see, it opens up a WordPress prompt here, and we're going to pick whatever username and password that we sent you in an email to log into your website, and this is where you want to use it. So we'll get logged in here along with you, and if all works well, you'll go right to the dashboard, and we did. So you can see the name of this website is Advanced Auto Pros, and we're on the website dashboard right now. Now, all that means is there is stuff that goes here, and we'll show you that here in a little bit. For right now, I removed it all to try to save us with some added confusion. How's that? So what we want to concentrate on right now is how do we get content on our page. So we have a home page. We wrote stuff up in Word or Works or whatever, and now you need to add it. Well, believe it or not, you don't have to use Word or Works or something like that, or some type of word processor to fill in your content. You can actually do it right here on the website. So after you're logged in, go over here where it says Pages, and if you notice there's a little drop down arrow. If you click that, you can see your pages, edit them, add new ones, and arrange their page order even if you wish. So I'm going to click on Edit, and it's going to open up all my pages. And as I look in here, you can see all the different pages that are all added to the website as I scroll all the way down the screen. And in fact, there's 2 pages of it. If I click the next page, it'll show me others. Now, let's work with the home page, for example. So anywhere I mouse up in this area, you notice that a new menu appears underneath of it. Edit, Quick Edit, Delete, View. Well, View is going to simply bring you back to the front end view of it, or in other words, the public area view. You don't want to delete it, that's for sure, unless you absolutely are sure there's a page on there you want to get rid of. Maybe you're not an Asian import specialist, but rather than deleting a page, it's better that you go in. We're going to show you how to change its title, and you can change the content. So, for example, we use the home page here. We want to add stuff to this, so we're going to click on Edit, and when we do that, it's going to open up our editor. Now, once our editor opens up, you'll see what's on the page. And right now, there's nothing on the page. Well, let's talk about this editor a little bit. First off, there's 2 tabs on it. One's visual, one's HTML. So you can see one's kind of grayed out a little bit. And HTML, that's a tab. If I click on it, it's going to open up the editor to allow you to put code in with your content. Not something you're likely to do unless you know HTML. If you do, by all means, use it. It's actually a nice feature. But for our purposes here, we're going to use what's called a WYSIWYG editor, or WYSIWYG standing for what you see is what you get. So anything I type in down here, then this is what I'm going to see on my front page. By doing that, I hit Preview, and this is going to open up a separate browser window, and it's going to give me a preview of what I just typed in there. So as you can see, it's pretty simple. So I'm just going to close that window and get out of here. Go back to my editor here. And I want you to know that this is a full editor. We can do whatever we want with it, including adding links to it. We can add images, videos, things like that. We'll show you that as we go along. But I also have a button here that I prefer that you, if you don't see additional tools here, click on this very last button here that says, when you mouse over it, usually a little yellow box comes up that says kitchen sink or show or hide the kitchen sink. Click that. You're going to see more stuff that comes up underneath of it. As you can see, we have font size, the paragraph size, or what type of header it may be, all kinds of stuff like that. So a good place to go and do your formatting is right there. If we want to change the font color, we can simply do that. Click on that box and we can make that font whatever color we want it to be. You got an undo, things like that. And if you're so inclined, go ahead and add smileys if that makes you happy. But we can also left align, center, and we can right align our content as well. But for this case, we simply want to say, all right, how do I get my content in here? Well, you can go ahead and type it in here if you want. Or if you've already typed it up elsewhere, you can copy and paste it and place it in here. So for example, I'm going to open up a Word document that I have here, and I'm simply going to go up here to edit, and I am going to select all. So everything that I have on this page and the next page, I'm going to copy. So to do so, I'm simply going to right click. I'm going to click on copy, or you could also go up here to edit, and you can hit copy as well. Both ways will work. And I'm going to go back to the web page in my visual editor here. I'm going to right click again. I'm going to click paste. It's going to say, hey, do you want to allow this web page to access your clipboard? Sure. And there we go. Now it takes me all the way down to the bottom of this page, so I can scroll back up and see everything that I did. Now if it doesn't look exactly like the way you like, that's where you can start editing from here. So for what I want to do is I'll go to my preview changes and take a look at it and see how it looks. And that's going to open up again a separate window, and you can see, alright, well maybe I want this to be a header that's a little bit brighter and bigger. As I scroll down through it, well, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Including the links and everything. Okay, so how do I get back to that page now? Well, again, you're on a preview screen, as you can see up here. You can't do it in here. You need to get out of the preview screen, so just close that window and it takes you back in. Now this, I want to make this a header, a heading 1 header. So to do that, I click on this paragraph, I go down here to heading 1. Now it makes letters that are bigger and doesn't look like it's spaced properly. That's okay. It doesn't look right here, but when you go and preview or change again, this is where you're always going to proof what you do. And there you go, and that's how it looks. And the reason why that happens is because we have a style sheet that's adjusted to make your characters and everything look the way, the way it should be, as opposed to using just that editor. So I don't want to use the editor for everything, but we did do some things purposely for fit and style and things like that. Now once I'm happy with this page and everything's done, well, from here I'm simply going to click on update page, which is the same thing as saying save. And by doing that, if you notice, my page is updated and it says I can go ahead and view the page, and you can see that the data appears down below. A couple ways I can do that. I can click on view page here, or just go up to the main link that brings you back to the home page. So whatever way you want. One way will take you directly back on the same browser link, same browser tab. The other ones will open up a separate window just like the preview did. So we go back in, and there you go. You just added content to your web page. So really it is that easy. It doesn't get much more difficult from here, believe me. So in the following tutorials we're going to show you how to add a picture next, and we'll talk about how to add a video to it when you want to do that and why you'd want to do that, as well as other changes as we go along. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.